A quick update to those wondering why the hell the channel has gone through another transformation. For anyone who was already subscribed, all 30 of you, you might be wondering where all the older videos are, and to that I say they're all gone.
Reduced to atoms.
The channel is going to go through a massive change, as I want to focus on things that I really find interesting. I mean, don't get me wrong, playing games is fun and all, but I didn't really find enjoyment having to come up with commentary while playing games. I'm a reviewer at heart. I'm still going to cover games every now and again, but in a different format. Let's just say I have something planned that's completely different, something no one has ever done before, something so... I'm joining the weeb community. In 2019, I've sort of found an increase of interest when it comes to anime, watching more shows and actually putting effort into finishing the newly started shows rather than leaving them unfinished, like I previously had. Over the past year, I've actually officially caught up with a bunch of shows, like Danganronpa, Domestic Girlfriend, and even the god-awful 2016 Berserk series. I've also been catching up on other shows like My Hero Academia, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and the newly released isekai, Rising of the Shield Hero. And I feel the more I watch, the more I see everything that I missed out previously. I was the black sheep of my group of friends, only knowing a handful of shows while being lost in their references. So it's a bit satisfying learning more about the shows that my friends love, while also discovering shows that are my personal favorite. Mob Psycho 100 was one show I discovered entirely on my own and binged the entire first season in one night due to its stylized art and incredible world building and even the storytelling. And once 2019 was coming to an end, I realized I wasn't your typical anime fan. I was a full-on fucking degenerate. I was watching anime daily, actually taking the time to read manga, building my hentai off-brand anime to focus on editing videos, making HMVs so that I can actually learn how to edit videos. I was far beyond the amount of degeneracy that most of my friends were.
Even though there is one exception, fucking Stratty.
And because of that one term echoed through my mind each time I took a break from watching shows, playing games, or even reading manga. Weeaboo. The one term that was used so casually in the cringe community lingered, and honestly, it made me feel terrible. I didn't want to be a weeaboo. But after a while of discussing it with my friends, I was kind of okay with it. Since I knew that the anime community had gotten so much better than it was back when anime was really reaching its peaks of popularity, and it also made me realize that weeaboos that were made fun of were becoming meta versions of themselves. But I'm gonna save that for a discussion for a future video, since I want to personally think of terms like weeaboo and weeb as two entirely different things. So after finally accepting the self-titled crown of King of Degenerates, I decided I wanted to do something different with my channel and sort of record my experience with my transcendence into being a weeb, since I still have quite the distance to go. I have big plans for the channel, not as a growth of popularity thing, but more as a way to document and share my interests, along with exploring my creativity. Later this year, I even plan on taking vocal lessons for a secret project that, while I'm excited to share, still needs a lot of work on before I can actually do anything serious. So, let us go into 2020 with a new outlook, as a new king rises. And we shall start that rise to power by taking a look at something I've been wanting to do for quite some time. In 2017, Joey the Anime Man partnered with the Flying Colors Foundation to conduct a survey that pretty much put together the top 100 animes of all time, which, I'm actually ashamed of admitting, contains a lot of shows that I haven't really seen, like Full Metal Alchemist and Fooly Cooly and Origami. So I plan on taking 2020 to watch, review, and later rank the entire series based on a new perspective, since a lot of these shows I haven't even seen, while there's still a chunk of shows that I have, but still there's a bunch that I haven't really ever finished. Now, of course, there are going to be rules watching the list. Videos a part of the series I have planned will be in a certain format. The beginning will conduct the information that I have gathered of the show, while the middle will consist of my thoughts after the 3-episode rule. And finally, the conclusion will cover my overall thoughts of the series, where I talk about my favorite parts, least favorite parts, characters, plots, and themes, while giving it a score from 1 to 5. I'll be covering the list starting from the 100th place to the first place. hopefully attempting to get a video done at least either weekly or bi-weekly, so follow me on Twitter if you want updates on that shit. If I recently finished or caught up on a show that is on the list, I won't rewatch it. Shows like My Hero Academia and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure would be too time-consuming to rewatch and form a new review on when I already think highly of the shows. I still plan on reviewing them, but not in the format I plan to do with each other video. Another rule is, if a certain show goes beyond 250 episodes, I won't watch the entire show. One Piece is a show that has 900 episodes and is still being aired. Taking the time to watch every single episode with the time that I've given myself, it would take me 2 months, at least. So for shows like that, I plan to watch 3 to 4 arcs, and if I like the show, I might return to it after I finish the list. And finally, the last rule is the order of the list. There are some remakes of shows and second seasons of shows that usually come first in the said list. Shows like Hunter x Hunter and Full Metal Alchemist have remakes, while Code Geass has a season 2 that's lower on the list. They'll have to be rearranged or taken out completely. Code Geass will have its first season watched first, while Full Metal Alchemist will be replaced with Brotherhood. I might do a series of anime remakes in the future though, and I do plan on watching Full Metal Alchemist together, but I'll have to wait. I do plan on covering every show on the list, with only a few exceptions, but I still plan to do videos on them whether they're in this series or in future videos. I want to make this series as a sort of beginner's guide to anime, since even though I've taken the crown of degeneracy, I still have a long journey ahead of my own rise, and I want to help those who want to be a part of this community as much as I do. I'll keep in touch, and hopefully we can start the year off right with the first installment of the Top 100 Anime fairly soon. Honestly, I'm really excited to start this journey. Now, are you with your king?